Hi there, thank you so much for checking back. Now this week's video has to do a little bit, it's kind of revisiting and addressing a topic, I guess, that a lot of you comment about and have questions about, and things that many of us deal with all the time. And it's not just the stigma around eating disorders and what people might think, but it's how do we manage people who are asking a lot of questions or are nosy and we don't know them well enough or want to tell them about our eating disorder. How do we manage that, right? Many of us feel kind of overwhelmed, like they're just jumping all over us and, you don't know how to run away and how to make it stop. Now, there are a couple things you can do. The first one, change the subject. I know that sounds ridiculous and you're thinking, but they're asking a lot of questions. That's a great time to bring up something else. What happened in the news? That's a good reason to watch the news, so you have a topic to bring up. Like, oh my gosh, did you hear about the Stanley Cup finals? Right? They might for a second be like, huh? But if they have, topic change. And I know we've all been in those conversations where people usually tend to talk all about themselves. And as soon as you bring up something about yourself, they divert the conversation about themselves. We've all been in those those conversations, right? You can be one of those people. You switch the conversation. Oh, is that all you're going to eat? You never eat that much when you're out. I think you have an eating disorder. What is that? Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, you can even talk to somebody else. Oh my gosh, Susie, did you even hear that? I was watching that, Glee last week, or I was watching Grey's Anatomy, or whatever show you watch. Ta-da, new topic. I know that sounds a little weird. It's a little overwhelming, and they really make us uncomfortable, and a lot of times we freeze up, and we don't know what to say. Just change the topic. If you're going out with a group of people and you don't know all of them that well, and you're eating potentially, and you know it's going to be kind of stressful, prepare yourself. Have a couple topics in mind. A TV show that you know everybody watches. Something that happened in the news might be big news. Maybe there was a plane crash or a bomb or a fire. I mean, news is full of bad, sad things to talk about. We can bring that up. Just switch the topic. You have the power of the conversation. You don't have to answer questions that they ask you. They're not your friend. Ugh, I hate when people do stuff like that. Asking things that aren't their business and expecting you to tell them everything. Those people are usually gossipers too. Ugh. So feel free. Change the topic. Divert it. You have complete power to do that. Okay, so let's say that doesn't work or we don't have a topic and we're freezing up. Excuse yourself. Say, oh, I'm going to go to the restroom real quick. Sorry. Excuse yourself. Get away. It's okay. You don't have to go to the bathroom. You can just kind of stand outside for a second, take a breath. I know for some of us going to the bathroom could be triggering, so maybe you just step outside for a second, take a little breather. We don't have to talk to them. Walk away. I know then you're thinking, well, they're just going to think that I have an eating disorder, even worse. Then the questions are going to get more intense. I have to go back there. I don't want to go back there. But we go outside. We do one of our breathing exercises, right? We try to calm down. We try to bring it back to center. Then we come back, right? If they keep asking the questions, this is kind of the third option. And this is really hard for a lot of us because I know many of you tell me, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to come off as abrasive, things like that. Get a little fiery. To be honest, I'm very soft and mushy sometimes, but I can be kind of feisty when people really push me past what I want to be pushed. And there is nothing wrong with saying, what are you talking about? That's none of your business. Or if that's too intense, because that's something that I would say, and I know that I can be a little abrasive sometimes when people are just really pushing me. You can say, what? You're asking about this here? I'm doing just fine. And then, poof, change the topic, right? There are a few little things you can say to shut them down. Or, in worst case scenario, emergency sense, like, crap, this person won't leave me alone. They keep asking questions. You can say, what about you? Have you ever had an eating disorder? Do you know anybody who has an eating disorder? You can just push it off onto them. It's not about you, it's about that. And then try to talk to somebody else. There's a lot of ways to divert attention. But I would encourage you, if there's a person that is going to ask these questions, going to try to crawl in and get all the information out of you and you feel overwhelmed, don't spend one-on-one time with that person. Because then there's nobody else to try to communicate with. You can even make sure that you don't have to sit next to them. Make sure you're sitting next to someone who's supportive. Hopefully you at least have one friend or one person that you can confide in that can help you and they can be there for you. Because if I know one of my best friends in high school actually had an eating disorder, and if anybody brought it up because it wasn't something that we talked about, I would be supportive. I would change the topic and the subject. I would take over. So that can really help too. There are a lot of ways that we can manage this. Don't feel off guard. Don't feel like you have to tell them anything. You don't owe them anything. Just because they're nosy and pushy doesn't mean that you have to tell them things you don't want to tell them. And they shouldn't have control over how we feel. You don't need to get all anxious and worked up. How rude of them. How dare they? That's not their business, right? If they're not that close of a friend, what the heck are they thinking? I would never ask that of some stranger, some person that I'm an acquaintance with. Ugh. So take control of the situation. It's okay. Change the subject. Talk to somebody else. Excuse yourself for just a minute. Get away. Right? There's all these tools. So maybe even just write them down. Read through them before you go out so you're kind of prepared. Okay, I can try to change the subject. I watched the news today. These 2 things happened. I can bring that up. I watched a TV show. I can bring that up. I can step away if I need to get away. I can make sure that I sit next to my best friend so that she can help me out. I can make sure I don't sit next to that person that's asked me before and makes me uncomfortable. Right? There's all these things that we can do. I can always talk back. I can say no, or why would I tell you anyway, and giggle like I'm joking, haha, right? There's a lot of things we can do. So use your tools. Then leave comments. I'm sure that many of you have dealt with this a gazillion times more than you would even like to have had to deal with it. And you've done something that's either worked or not worked, or you've learned something. Comment below. Let us know. We can learn from one another in so many ways, right? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as well as check out my my website, katimorton.com. I don't know if any of you have hopped on there, but I have a free workbook available. And it has a lot of tips and tools and ways that we can begin working towards recovery. And it gives videos that aren't available on YouTube. And it's just great information. So you click on the workbook tab on my website and you can download it from there. And let's just keep working together. Like I said, please share. This is a great learning community for all of us, full of support and understanding, no judgments. And we're going to continue working towards a healthy mind and a healthy body.